Ozempic costs 10 times more in the United States than in the rest of the developed world. 10 times more. Why? Why? What did we do?
President Trump signed an executive order on Monday that essentially directs his administration to prepare what's called a most favored nation drug policy. The executive order lays out a plan that's going to direct the government and HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy to communicate to drug companies what the U.S. price targets are.
President Trump is saying to our European partners is you've got to raise the amount that you're paying for those drugs and pay for your share of the innovation. That the United States is no longer subsidizing that.
The U.S. pays about 3 times as much in prescription drugs as countries overseas. The idea is that because the U.S. pays the highest prescription drug prices in the world, that if you're tying those to other countries that are paying lower prices, that it will bring down the cost of prescription drugs in the United States. If the drug companies and the government are not aligned or do not sort of see eye to eye on this, then essentially the order is directing the government to come up with its own process, its own pricing plan here. Drug industry for years has actually been opposed to international referencing pricing, most favored nations, or just more generally tying U.S. prices to those overseas. And they generally have spoken to that this is going to harm innovation, it's going to lead to fewer medicines.
We're going to tell those countries, like those represented by the European Union, that, that game is up. Sorry.
There's a couple sort of unknowns here, and they're pretty big, which is quite frankly who this is going to apply to. So the order doesn't specify whether or not any of this is about Medicare, which is seniors. Is it going to be about Medicaid? Is it going to be for commercial insurance? So a lot of this is like very, very early days.